Hitching to Texas, in fact, 1973. Pardon me. Rain beats on the glass door, obscuring the rustle of your robe as you reseat yourself and lay back even further. Why do simple gestures like this get earmarked for no reason and come to signify an entire time in our life? Is there being un- is it their being unattached to the events around them that makes them eligible? When I found you alone at night, sitting on the edge of the roof, looking like a beautiful silver gargoyle, that was one of those times. Sitting in the car waiting for you to say goodbye to friends was another. I even knew at that time that that moment was being preserved in this way, that this empty park with no structures, the grass half scrubbed off, was being set in amber. How long is it in between lives? Is that where we go when we sleep to tend our memory, finish those conversations in our previous life while we have already started a new one? Sometimes it feels like we have traveled many miles during the night. I feel our nerves humming with what went on in another place. When we had made it almost to your mother's house, and it was in the middle of the night, and there was no traffic, no one to give us a ride, we stood by the pasture fence preparing to sleep by the side of the road. Gradually, and then building quickly, a low sound formed in the darkness, our hearts creeping to our throats as it grew, our eyes still unadjusted in the pitch black, and ears still ringing from the terrific din of the bobtail truck that had just dropped us off. And then, oh, oh, sorry. And then out of the darkness, a white stallion rushed our position at the fence. Blazing white eyes and nostrils flaring, he stamped in place, looking us up and down, and then tore off again just as fast. We shared a nervous laugh, certain that it was your father, dead only a week, come to inspect us. When we got back from that trip, crazy hot Texas, your friend fresh out of prison throwing rocks at the streetlight because it was making a bad buzzing sound, your aunt's face oddly slack, still trying to keep a secret that she was your mother, not your other aunt, as you were told. Crazy Texas where the cops swore at us, get the fuck off the road, and kept driving. On that trip, when we had made it nearly home and were on the raised highway that ran through the beat industrial part of Syracuse, and the quivering of the road every time a truck passed scared you and made you want to get off. And when we got off into the empty streets below, me thinking we were going to be stranded for hours, but so tired I didn't care, and you just glad to be away from the unreasonable fear that the road was going to fall down. It was then, when we got to the bottom of the ramp, that we smiled to each other because we saw a white Plymouth Valiant, just like our friend's car at home, only 70 more miles away. And then in eerie disbelief and joy saw that it was, in fact, our friends, that had just driven 100 miles an hour to the airport, dropped someone off, and they got lost on the way back out of town. Much rejoicing, the circumstance so unbelievable that our friends looked slightly unfamiliar for a moment. We double-checked, could this be real? What a poor word coincidence is at a time like that. Is it easy for the powers that be to arrange things like this, or does it take legions of angels with clipboards and walkie-talkies, speeding up and slowing down traffic across the whole country, arranging the water for the trip to Syracuse, the only one in the 3 years we all lived there, and getting you, who are not afraid of anything, so jumpy up and a little shaking? That's what always kills me.